sudden thought cuts right through the empty room, while the grandfather clock counts down the afternoon. I stare at the coat hook where your jacket hung, remembering the songs we used to softly hum. The coffee cup I filled is growing stone cold, cold. A quiet story waiting here to stay unrolled. You packed your heavy suitcases in the driving rain and walked away without a single sign of pain. The screen door clicked 3 times before you reached the street, leaving an empty space between our quiet feet. The neighborhood is fading in the setting sun. I trace the fading shadow of what we have done. The flower tin on the counter has a crack of dust, another simple promise lost to quiet rust. The radio is playing some old familiar tune beneath the silver circle of the evening moon. You packed your heavy suitcases in the driving rain and walked away without a single sign of pain. The screen door clicked 3 times before you reached the street, leaving an empty space between our quiet feet. I still save half a seat beside me on the train, even though I know I will not see your face again. The winter nights are longer than they used to be, and time is marching onward, far too slow for me. You packed your heavy suitcases in the driving rain and walked away without a single sign of pain. The screen door clicked 3 times before you reached the street, leaving an empty space between our quiet feet. I pull the heavy curtains as the night draws in and wonder where it was we let the fraying begin. I leave the porch light burning for a little while before I close my eyes and try to force a smile. A little pearl of bone rests by my cup. I picked it up and almost called you back. It fell from your old coat when you packed. I haven't had the heart to put it up. Decades pass like pages turning slow. I still set the table for 2. We held together through the heavy spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. The kettle whistles softly on the stove. I pour the water in the chipped white clay, remembering the things we used to say before the silence grew in place of love. Seasons change and paint the garden brown. I watch the shadows lengthen on the street. We held together through the heaviest storm and let each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. Sometimes I wonder if you keep a trace of all the quiet years we left behind, or if the passing time has made you blind to every line upon my aging face. I drop the button deep inside the drawer and turn the kitchen light down for the night. The tea is gone, the morning out of sight. I close the heavy wooden bedroom door. A little pearl of bone rests by my cup. I picked it up and almost called you back. It fell from your old coat when you packed. I haven't had the heart to put it up. Decades pass like pages turning slow. I still set the table for two. We held together through the heaviest storm and let each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. The kettle whistles softly on the stove. I pour the water in the chipped white clay, remembering the things we used to say before the silence grew in place of love. Seasons change and paint the garden brown. I watch the shadows lengthen on the street. We held together through the heaviest each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. Sometimes I wonder if you keep a trace of all the quiet years we left behind, or if the passing time has made you blind to every line upon my aging face. I dropped the button deep inside the drawer and turn the kitchen light down for the night. The tea is gone, the morning out of sight. I close the heavy wooden bedroom door. The milkman left 2 bottles on the stair, a rattle in the cold and quiet dawn. You pulled your faded woolen sweater on and brushed the silver threads of hair. We watched the heavy fog roll down the street to hide the corner where we used to meet. Old friend, you kept the letters in a tin, while decades slipped beneath our heavy shoes. We let a gentle autumn settle in and packed away the things we used to lose. Remember when we danced in velvet heels, before the town grew quiet and resigned. We traded all the magic for designs of quiet dinners and returning wheels. The memory of goodbye is growing sweet, like dusty ribbons on a vacant seat. Old friend, you kept the letters in a tin, while decades slipped beneath our heavy shoes. We let a gentle autumn settle in and packed away the things we used to lose. No sudden storms could wash away the grace of growing older in this patient place. I see the girl you were inside your eyes, beneath the changing colors of the skies. The rattle of the bottles fades away. We have no urgent promises to keep. I turn the lamp down low and softly say, it is a proper time to fall asleep. bench where she still sits alone. The autumn wind is sharp and dutiful, while church bells ring to mark the fading stone. He left his walking stick against the door and promised he would visit once before. She watches shadows lengthen on the grass while waiting for a face that does not pass. A single cup of tea grows slowly cold as stories of their youth turn into gold. Across the lane, the neighbor sweeps the stairs and tips his hat to match her quiet gaze. She counts the heavy silence in her prayers and tries to warm her hands against the haze. He used to sing the songs of 1943 beneath the sheltering shade of chestnut tree. She watches shadows lengthen on the grass while waiting for a face that does not pass. A single cup of tea grows slowly cold as stories of their youth turn into gold. The autumn evening settles in the street with nobody beside her on the seat. Her heart remembers every step he took, like faded words inside a poetry book. The chimney smoke dissolves into the gray. She folds his woolen coat and walks away. Tomorrow she will leave the porch unturned and tend the quiet lessons she has learned. Why did the clock stop right at 3? I'm sitting here with no one near. The pattern on the faded wall reminds me of a winter gown I wore when we were 21, before the silence settled down. I touch the lace against my throat and wonder where the letter went. We fold it twice and put away. Old photographs are turning pale. I gave away your heavy coat. My tea is cold inside the cup. the autumn take the rest. The radio plays a melody we dance to on a Tuesday night. My stockings dried upon the chair. The floorboards creak just like before, except you are not standing there. I trace the dust upon the sill and think of all the words we kept locked safely in a drawer of old. Gold photographs are turning pale. I gave away your heavy coat. My tea is cold inside the cup. We packed our love in paper bags and let the autumn take the rest. Time moves slowly in this empty room. I find a ticket from a train we took to see the ocean in the pouring rain. I did not think it would hurt this much to walk alone and know your name. It's just a whisper in my mind. I pull the blanket to my chin. The street lamp flickers on the glass. I turn the page and close the book. Tomorrow I will plant the seeds and leave the heavy grief behind. The weight of the chair tells me how long I sat, staring right through a frayed wool doormat, waiting for letters that never came true, believing the world only belonged to you. I wore my best stockings down to the thread, believing every gentle thing that you said. Little girl in the mirror with a tear-stained face, I forgive you completely for freezing in place. We traded our summers for a promise of gold. Now look at the stories we managed to hold. Your letters are folded in a dusty tin box next to the ribbons and the nickel-plated locks. I spent all my 20s just guarding the door, not knowing that love shouldn't feel like a war. I packed up your jackets and gave them away. It took me 3 decades to learn how to stay. Little girl in the mirror with a tear-stained face, I forgive you completely for freezing in place. We traded our summers for a promise of gold. Now look at the stories we managed to hold. If I could reach backward across all the years, I would brush off your shoulders and dry all your tears. I'd tell you the heartbreak is only a bend, and the road keeps on winding far past where we end. Sit by the window and watch the sun fade, proud of the woman that time finally made. The room is much quieter, the evening is sweet. At last I am resting my tired old feet. The amber light falls sideways through the glass and hits the salt shaker upon your side. You asked if this old diner used to last before the highway widened out so wide. I never caught the name you left behind. We are just two shadows passing time. Across the table, porcelain clinks in tune. We talk of winter coming far too soon. You fold your napkin neatly by your hand and wonder how we ended in this land. Your knuckles bear the marks of quiet work. Mine hold the faded tan of summer's gone. We share a smile that has a little quirk as television murmurs on and on. The waitress sweeps the aisle near the door. We haven't got a secret anymore. Across the table, porcelain clinks in tune. We talk of winter coming far too soon. You fold your napkin neatly by your hand and wonder how we ended in this land. And when your train arrives at 10:30, I will not ask if we will meet again. Some stories start right at the final page with strangers acting out quiet stage. Across the table, porcelain clinks in tune. We talk of winter coming far too soon. You fold your napkin neatly by your hand and wonder how we ended in this land. You step outside into the cooling street and leave behind the rhythm of our feet. I watch your heavy coat turn down the block while slowly winding up the corner clock. You said yesterday the plums were getting soft. I found a single pit inside my winter coat, a button dangling loosely from your favorite vest, a grocery list you wrote. Small details gather where the quiet falls. I sweep them up before the evening calls. Your reading glasses rest beside a cooling cup of tea. A faded calendar marks days you will not see. The radio still murmurs songs we used to play, and I keep turning over things you said yesterday. The dentist still remaining in the velvet chair, a fallen hairbrush resting on the cedar chest, a pair of leather shoes turned inward by the door, where weary feet found rest. Small details gather where the quiet falls. I sweep them up before the evening calls. Your reading glasses rest beside a cooling cup of tea. A faded calendar marks days you will not see. The radio still murmurs songs we used to play, and I keep turning over things you said yesterday. It takes 100 tiny things to make a house a tomb. I touch the edge of everything inside this empty room. Your reading glasses rest beside a cooling cup of tea. A faded calendar marks days you will not see. The radio still murmurs songs we used to play, and I keep turning over things you said yesterday. The clock ticks slower since you went away. I fold the blanket that you draped across the sleigh and lock the front as the shadows start to grow. The stiff blue linen catches on my thumb, a woven square from 1965. I press the iron down and watch it hum, and wonder how a remnant stays alive. You wore that collar when we lost the key, and sat upon the steps until the dawn. The fabric holds the shape you made of me, before the heavy silence carried on. I fold the threads against my chest to test if time remembers where your shoulder pressed. The seams are thinning, but the fibers stay to take the heat you left so far away. A drop of water spatters on the plate. The rising steam creates a phantom hand. We used to argue over what to wait upon this very patch of kitchen land. The steam dissolves into the quiet room. Your favorite button rattles in the tray. I sweep the sunbeams as they cross the gloom, and put the folded ironing away. I press the palm against the cotton grain to check if warmth can conquer winter rain. The threads remember how your fingers curled before you packed and walked out from our world. Some days the cloth is just a piece of blue that needs a heavy hand to keep it straight. And other afternoons it speaks of you and makes me wish I learned how not to wait. The iron cools upon the wooden board. The creases stay exact just as you scored. I turn the dial down to face the night and leave the folded linen in the light. The sharp tin whistle of the evening train reminds me how we used to count the lane. You pulled your wool collar against the chill stood waiting by the windowsill. Years have folded down like heavy coats. We traded secrets for handwritten notes. Old friend, you kept the half of every pain. We walked together through the autumn rain. Now silence sits between the telephone line, and time took back what never was quite mine. The corner bakery turned off the light, just like we did when parting for the night. Your favorite sweater hangs upon my chair, a woven shadow of the past still there. Seasons turn without a single word heard. We let the distance blur our favorite bird. Old friend, you kept the half of every pain. We walked together through the autumn rain. Now silence sits between the telephone line, and time took back what never was quite mine. Sometimes I wonder if you still recall faded photographs upon the wall. We were so certain life would wait right here. Instead it drifted gently through the year. I hope the fire keeps you warm tonight. Far down the road beyond the amber light, I fold this letter and I lock the door, remembering the way we walked before. The smell of damp wool lingers in the hall, from an old coat she forgot to fold. He walked away when summer took the leaves and left her sitting with the autumn cold. She watches cars turn at the corner bend, expecting wheels that never stop again. Two empty cups are sitting on the tray. She pours the tea and throws the half away. He caught the train before the whistle blew and left her learning how to live anew. The parlor clock still ticks against the wall, while shadows stretch across the wooden floor. She sweeps the porch where autumn leaves collect and keeps the latch unbolted on the door. She folds his shirts and puts them out of sight, then turns the lamp down low against the night. Two empty cups are sitting on the tray. She pours the tea and throws the half away. He caught the train before the whistle blew and left her learning how to live anew. Years pass like pages turning in a book, without a word, without a backward look. She holds the memories safely in her chest and lets the quiet hours bring her rest. The woolen coat still hangs beside the door, though he will never walk across this floor. She turns the key and puts out every light and whispers softly to the silent night. A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room about the way you wore your wool coat long. The autumn air has lost its early bloom, and on the radio they play our song. I touch the place you sat beside the fire, where time dissolves into a slow desire. An empty chair remains beneath the light. We walked apart upon a freezing night. The porcelain cup is cold against my palm, while memories break. The fading evening calm. The street lamps flicker on the corner sign, where shadows stretch across the vacant street. I pour a glass of amber muscat wine and listen for the rhythm of your feet. The heavy curtain shuts the wind away and hides the ghosts of what we couldn't say. An empty chair remains beneath the light. We walked apart upon a freezing night. The porcelain cup is cold against my palm, while memories break. The fading evening calm. and still the shadows softly breathe your name. The clock ticks down the hours till the dawn, the final light of our December gone. I leave the porch light burning in the dark to find the place where we left off our mark. Where did the blue teapot go? Sitting by the windowsill alone. Dust is gathering on the shelf. I talk to the empty room myself. Leaves are falling down the street. Nothing left for me to meet. Time slips through my trembling hand like a child running on the sand. I remember how your coat smelled of rain, standing by the station in the freezing lane. You turned away without a word to say, and the morning took the light right away. Letters tied with faded string, sitting in the drawer where nobody can sing. Tea grows cold before I take a sip. Words are dying softly on my lip. Time slips through my trembling hand like a child running on the sand. I remember how your coat smelled of rain, standing by the station in the freezing lane. You turned away without a word to say, and the morning took the light right away. Maybe in another town you are sitting looking down at the map we drew so long ago, covered in the winter snow. I will close the wooden door, keep the memories on the floor. Sun is sinking in the west. Now my tired heart can rest. The weight of the chair stays steady tonight beneath the old table where dust settles deep. I fold up my hands in the dim yellow light and think of the promises kept in my sleep. You wore a blue ribbon tied into your hair, convinced that the world was just waiting for you. I wish I could warn you about the despair, or tell you which doors you should never walk through. Youth is a glass that you spill on the floor, believing the drops will turn back into wine. I packed up your bags by the parlor door and traded your frantic heart for mine. You cried when the postman walked right past your gate and swore that true sorrow was measured in days. I smile at your letters, so eager and late, lost in a maze of your own making ways. The mirror is kind to the lines on my face. It shows me the quiet you fought so defined. We ran through the garden at such a fast pace, leaving the best of our summers behind. Youth is a glass that you spill on the floor, believing the drops will turn back into wine. I packed up your bags by the parlor door and traded your frantic heart for mine. Forgive me for breaking the vows you held dear, for trading your velvet for everyday wool. It takes half a lifetime to conquer the fear and learn how to keep a small kitchen full. Sit down by the window and rest for a spell. The tea is still warm and the evening is sweet. We survived every storm that we knew all too well, and finally found peace on this quiet old street. The amber light falls heavy on the wood, where strangers sit and wonder if they should. You fold your coat and place it on the chair, and I pretend I do not see you there. The stations blur beyond the dusty pane. We trace the shadows of the falling rain. Tell me whose face you are trying to forget. We both carry baggage we have not looking back. You ask the time and hand me back my book. There is a quiet kindness in your look. My silver rings are heavy on my hand. Two quiet drifters in a foreign land. The engine hums a low and steady song. We have been traveling this way too long. Tell me whose face you are trying to forget. We both carry baggage we have not unpacked yet. Keep your eyes fixed on the darkening track. Neither of us is looking back. At the terminal we will each go our separate way, with nothing left of what we meant to say. A brief collision in the fading light. Two fading ghosts inside the velvet night. The doors slide open and you step away. I watch you vanish in the autumn gray. The train moves onward through the empty town, and I put my heavy suitcase down. You said yesterday the rain would clear by noon, and left your silver pocket watch beside the spoon. The blue curtains fluttered twice against the glass, while we watched the neighborhood cars slowly pass. Little things accumulate when someone goes away, like the folded jacket waiting in the hall all day. Your old boots are sitting by the kitchen door. Dust has settled softly on the wooden floor. I still pour 2 cups of tea at 3:30, though the quiet room has nothing left to say to me. A button from your winter coat rolled down the drain. The milkman didn't leave a note in all this rain. The calendar still shows the date you circled twice, and the kitchen windows covered in a layer of ice. Little things accumulate when someone goes away, like the folded jacket waiting in the hall all day. Your old boots are sitting by the kitchen door. Dust has settled softly on the wooden floor. I still pour 2 cups of tea at 3:30, though the quiet room has nothing left to say. going to numb. Every corner holds a habit that we used to share. Invisible footprints on the carpet there. Your old boots are sitting by the kitchen door. Dust has settled softly on the wooden floor. I still pour 2 cups of tea at 3:30, though the quiet room has nothing left to say to me. The sugar bowl is empty on the topmost shelf. I have to learn to drink the bitter tea myself. The evening shadows stretch across the hallway floor, and yesterday's brief promise doesn't live here anymore. The rough navy wool of your heavy winter coat catches my sleeve as I reach up too high. Dust motes are dancing in bars of amber light, where the old parlor clock ticks away the afternoon. I never meant to keep this button in my palm, the one that came loose when we hurried through the rain. Years slide away like silk, drop to the floor when I trace the frayed edges of that old linen sheet. You laughed at the teapot that cracked down the spout, and time turned the corner before we could speak. 2 cups of chicory sitting on the ledge. One wears a crescent of lipstick I left. The radio murmurs a tune from 1950, filling the kitchen with ghosts of our youth. I still save the yellowed receipts in the drawer from markets we walked through with baskets of bread. Years slide away like silk, drop to the floor when I trace the frayed edges of that old linen sheet. You laughed at the teapot that cracked down the spout, and time turned the corner before we could speak. I pressed down the keys on the upright piano. Ivory is yellow and chipped at the top. Your voice used to join every melody I played. Now the silence is heavy in this quiet room. I fold up the cardigan left on the chair and whisper your name to the gathering dust. The sun slips away down the edge of the street, leaving me resting past 3 on the brass-rimmed clock. I fold the letters you forgot. The tea has cooled inside its pot. I trace the pattern on the rug. Years will slip like winter thread when I sleep in this empty bed and wonder what you might have said if we had stayed. I see you walking down the lane through falling autumn silver rain, without a coat to keep you dry, beneath that distant gray blue sky. And though you left so long ago, I watch you pass the garden row. The floorboards creak just like before. Dust motes drift across the floor. I lock the latch upon the door and sit beside the silent phone. Time will turn the pages slow, with nowhere left for me to go except to wait for winds that blow from yesterday. I see you walking down the lane through falling autumn silver rain, without a coat to keep you dry, beneath that distant gray blue sky. And though you left so long ago, I watch you pass the garden row. Someday when my eyes grow dim, I will sing this quiet hymn and picture how we used to stand before you slipped from my right hand. I see you walking down the lane through falling autumn silver rain, without a coat to keep you dry, beneath that distant gray blue sky. And though you left so long ago, I watch you pass the garden row. The clock strikes 3:30 at last. I hold the shadows of our past and close my eyes to let you in, where time and ending never begin. Tiny bone button sits upon the cedar desk, left behind when you cleared your jacket out. I run my thumb along the smooth and rounded edge and wonder what you did with all your doubt. The afternoon grows heavy as the shadows climb. I kept the heavy coats behind the heavy door. Love was a quiet room where we learned to stay until the final suitcase blocked the hallway floor. I folded your cardigans and put them out of sight, and traced the empty space beside me in the night. The kitchen kettle whistles to an empty wall. I poured 2 cups because I didn't think. The calendar is stuck on Tuesday of last week, with too much time left for a heart to sink. The afternoon grows heavy as the shadows climb. I kept the heavy coats behind the heavy door. Love was a quiet room where we learned to stay until the final suitcase blocked the hallway floor. I folded your cardigans and put them out of sight, and traced the empty space beside me in the night. It takes a lot of courage just to let things go, to pack away the pictures that we used to know. I thought we had forever in the parlor light. Instead I turned the deadbolts all alone tonight. Love was a quiet room where we learned to stay until the final suitcase blocked the hallway floor. I folded your cardigans and put them out of sight, and traced the empty space beside me in the night. The button stays right there upon the cedar wood. I couldn't throw it out the way I really should. The sun goes down on roofs that used to know your name, and I am left to put out every single flame. The woven cotton drags across the board, a heavy iron sliding slowly down. I kept the letters tied with cotton cord before you packed the suitcase and the brown. Needles click inside the basket by the door. Memories fall gently on the painted floor. I fold the sleeves that used to hold you tight, and watch the dust motes spinning in the light. The empty hallway echoes with your name is quite the same. A woven pattern fading on the chair, where evening shadows settle in the grain. I reach across to touch the empty air and listen to the rhythm of the rain. Needles click inside the basket by the door. Memories fall gently on the painted floor. I fold the sleeves that used to hold you tight and watch the dust motes spinning in the light. The empty hallway echoes with your name, while nothing in this quiet house is quite the same. Time moves slowly when the tea goes cold. Stories that we never got to tell. We were simply watching summers grow so old inside the ringing of the chapel bell. I fold the sleeves that used to hold you tight and watch the dust motes spinning in the light. The empty hallway echoes with your name, while nothing in this quiet house is quite the same. I turn the heavy iron on the stand and put the cotton neatly in the drawer. With just a wedding band upon my hand, I lock the wooden latch and walk the floor. The smell of cedarwood and burnt briar pipe floats down the hallway where the floorboards creak. He left his heavy boots beside the pantry door and never spoke another word all week. She watched him pack a leather grip with silver clasps and put on his wool hat against the autumn chill. He walked past the garden gate and down the stony hill, leaving a cold cup of tea upon the windowsill. She kept the parlor curtain drawn until the light grew dim, knowing the road that took him out would not bring back her kin. The neighbors whispered softly by the market square about the suitcase and the sudden break of day. They said a proper gentleman would pay his debts instead of turning down the northern highway. She hung his tried to sweep the ash away from fireplace floor. He walked past the garden gate and down the stony hill, leaving a cold cup of tea upon the windowsill. She kept the parlor curtain drawn until the light grew dim, knowing the road that took him out would not bring back her kin. Seasons turn from copper leaves to frozen window panes. She learns to tend the winter fire by herself alone. No letter arrives from the city across the gray expanse, just silence echoing within this empty stone. She blows the candle out and locks the wooden front door tight, content to let the fading embers warm her through the night. A sudden memory splits the quiet room, like sunlight striking dust upon the floor. I touch the walnut handle of the broom and wonder why I don't look out the door. The tea is cooling in the ceramic cup. I still set 2 places when I set it up. You packed your leather boots in brown cardboard and drove away before the whistle blew. I kept the heavy coat you left unstored and learned to sleep alone the whole night through. The calendar still turns to last July. Your fountain pen sits capped beside the tray. I watch the heavy storm clouds fill the sky and watch the fading taillights drive away. The porch boards creak when autumn winds arise. I look for you where shadow meets the skies. You packed your leather boots in brown cardboard and drove away before the whistle blew. I kept the heavy coat you left unstored and learned to sleep alone the whole night through. They paved the gravel road 3 summers past. They cut the ancient willow by the wall. Nothing in this quiet town could ever last except the memory of your step in the hall. You packed your leather boots blue. I kept the heavy coat you left unstored and learned to sleep alone the whole night through. I'd turn the lock and draw the linen shade. Another evening slowly settles down. I'd keep the promises that we both made and watch the twilight fall upon the town. A sudden thought cuts right through the empty room, while the grandfather clock counts down the afternoon. I stare at the coat hook where your jacket hung, remembering the songs we used to softly hum. Coffee cup I filled is growing stone cold, cold. A quiet story waiting here to stay unrolled. You packed your heavy suitcases in the driving rain and walked away without a single sign of pain. The screen door clicked 3 times before you reached the street, leaving an empty space between our quiet feet. The neighborhood is fading in the setting sun. I trace the fading shadow of what we have done. Flower tin on the counter has a crack of dust. Another simple promise lost to quiet rust. The radio is playing some old familiar tune beneath the silver circle of the evening. Your heavy suitcases in the driving rain and walked away without a single sign of pain. The screen door clicked 3 times before you reached the street, leaving an empty space between our quiet feet. I still save half a seat beside me on the train, even though I know I will not see your face again. The winter nights are longer than they used to be, and time is marching onward, far too slow for me. Packed your heavy suitcases in the driving rain and walked away without a single sign of pain. The screen door clicked 3 times before you reached the street, leaving an empty space between our quiet feet. I pull the heavy curtains as the night draws in and wonder where it was we let the fraying begin. I leave the porch light burning for a little the bone rests by my cup. I picked it up and almost called you back. It fell from your old coat when you packed. I haven't had the heart to put it up. Decades pass like pages turning slow. I still set the table for two. We held together through the heaviest storm and let each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. The kettle whistles softly on the stove. I pour the water in the chipped white clay, remembering the things we used to say before the silence grew in place of love. Seasons change and paint the garden brown. I watch the shadows lengthen on the street. We held together through the heaviest storm and let each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. Sometimes I wonder if you keep a trace of all the quiet years we left behind, or if the passing time has made you blind to every line upon my aging face. I dropped the button deep inside the drawer and turned the kitchen light down for the night. The tea is gone, the morning out of sight. I close the heavy wooden bedroom door. A little pearl of bone rests by my cup. I picked it up and almost called you back. It fell from your old coat when you packed. I haven't had the heart to put it up. Decades pass like pages turning slow. I still set the table for two. We held together through the heaviest storm and let each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. whistle softly on the stove. I pour the water in the chipped white clay, remembering the things we used to say before the silence grew in place of love. Seasons change and paint the garden brown. I watch the shadows lengthen on the street. We held together through the heaviest storm and let each other go without a sound. My fingers trace the spot where you were found. The empty chair is cold while I stay warm. Sometimes I wonder if you keep a trace of all the quiet years we left behind, or if the passing time has made you blind to every line upon my aging face. I dropped the button deep inside the drawer and turned the kitchen light down for the night. The tea is gone, the morning out of sight. I close the heavy wooden bedroom door. The milkman left 2 bottles on the stair, a rattle in the cold and quiet dawn. You pulled your faded woolen sweater on and brushed the silver threads of hair. We watched the heavy fog roll down the street to hide the corner where we used to meet. Old friend, you kept the letters in a tin, while decades slipped beneath our heavy shoes. We let a gentle autumn settle in and packed away the things we used to lose. Remember when we danced in velvet heels before the town grew quiet and resigned? We traded all the magic for designs of quiet dinners and returning wheels. The memory of goodbye is growing sweet, like dusty ribbons on a vacant seat. Old friend, you kept the letters in a tin, while decades slipped beneath our heavy shoes. We let a gentle autumn settle in and packed away the things we used to lose. No sudden storms could wash away the grace of growing older in this patient place. fades away. We have no urgent promises to keep. I turn the lamp down low and softly say, it is a proper time to fall asleep. The smell of pipe tobacco clings to wool upon the bench where she still sits alone. The autumn wind is sharp and dutiful, while church bells ring to mark the fading stone. He left his walking stick against the door and promised he would visit once before. She watches shadows lengthen on the grass while waiting for a face that does not pass. A single cup of tea grows slowly cold as stories of their youth turn into gold. Across the lane, the neighbor sweeps the stairs and tips his hat to match her quiet gaze. She counts the heavy silence in her prayers and tries to warm her hands against the haze. He used to sing the songs of 1943 beneath the sheltering shade of chestnut tree. She watches shadows lengthen on the grass while waiting for a face that does not pass. A single cup of tea grows slowly cold as stories of their youth turn into gold. The autumn evening settles in the street with nobody beside her on the seat. Her heart remembers every step he took, like faded words inside a poetry book. The chimney smoke dissolves into the gray. She folds his woolen coat and walks away. Tomorrow she will leave the porch unturned and tend the quiet lessons she has learned. Why did the clock stop right at 3? I'm sitting here with no one near. pattern on the faded wall reminds me of a winter gown I wore when we were 21, before the silence settled down. I touch the lace against my throat and wonder where the letter went. We folded twice and put away. Old photographs are turning pale. I gave away your heavy coat. My tea is cold inside the cup. We packed our love in paper bags and let the autumn take the rest. The radio plays a melody we danced to on a Tuesday night. My stockings dried upon the chair. The floorboards creak just like before, except you are not standing there. I trace the dust upon the sill and think of all the words we kept locked safely in a drawer of old gold photographs are turning pale. I gave away your heavy coat. My tea is cold inside the cup. We packed our love in paper bags and let the autumn take the rest. Time moves slowly in this empty room. I find a ticket from a train we took to see the ocean in the pouring rain. I did not think it would hurt this much to walk alone and know your name. It's just a whisper in my mind. I pull the blanket to my chin. The street lamp flickers on the glass. I turn the page and close the book. Tomorrow I will plant the seeds and leave the heavy grief behind. The weight of the chair tells me how long I sat, staring right through a frayed wool doormat, waiting for letters that never came true, believing the world only belonged to you. I wore my best stockings down to the thread, believing every gentle thing that you said. Little girl in the mirror with the tear-stained face. I forgive you completely for freezing in place. We traded our summers for a promise of gold. Now look at the stories we managed to hold. Your letters are folded in a dusty tin box next to the ribbons and the nickel-plated locks. I spent all my 20s just guarding the door, not knowing that love shouldn't feel like a war. I packed up your jackets and gave them away. It took me 3 decades to learn how to stay. Little girl in the mirror with the tear-stained face, I forgive you completely for freezing in place. We traded our summers for a promise of gold. Now look at the stories we managed to hold. If I could reach backward across all the years, I would brush off your shoulders and dry all your tears. I'd tell you the heartbreak is only a bend, and the road keeps on winding far past where we end. Sit by the window and watch the sun fade, proud of the woman that time finally made. The room is much quieter, the evening is sweet. At last I am resting my tired old feet. The amber light falls sideways through the glass and hits the salt shaker upon your side. You asked if this old diner used to last before the highway widened out so wide. I never caught the name you left behind. We are just two shadows passing time. Across the table, porcelain clinks in tune. We talk of winter coming far too soon. You fold your napkin neatly by your hand and wonder how we ended in this land. Your knuckles bear the marks of quiet work. Mine hold the faded tan of summer's gone. We share a smile that has a little quirk. As television murmurs on and on, the waitress sweeps the aisle near the door. We haven't got a secret anymore. Across the table, porcelain clinks in tune. We talk of winter coming far too soon. You fold your napkin neatly by your hand and wonder how we ended in this land. And when your train arrives at 10:30, I will not ask if we will meet again. Some stories start right at the final page, with strangers acting out a quiet stage. Across the table, porcelain clinks in tune. We talk of winter coming far too soon. You fold your napkin neatly by your hand and wonder how we ended in this land. You step outside into the cooling street and leave behind the rhythm of our feet. I watch your heavy coat turn down the block while slowly winding up the corner clock. You said yesterday the plums were getting soft. I found a single pit inside my winter coat, a button dangling loosely from your favorite vest, a grocery list you wrote. Small details gather where the quiet falls. I sweep them up before the evening calls. Your reading glasses rest beside a cooling cup of tea. A faded calendar marks days you will not see. The radio still murmurs songs we used to play, and I keep turning over things you said yesterday. The dentist still remaining in the velvet chair, a fallen hairbrush resting on the cedar chest, a pair of leather shoes turned inward by the door, where weary feet found rest. Small details gather where the quiet falls. I sweep them up before the evening calls. Your reading glasses rest beside a cooling cup of tea. A faded calendar marks days you will not see. The radio still murmurs songs we used to play, with tiny things to make a house a tomb. I touch the edge of everything inside this empty room. Your reading glasses rest beside a cooling cup of tea. A faded calendar marks days you will not see. The radio still murmurs songs we used to play, and I keep turning over things you said yesterday. The clock ticks slower since you went away. I fold the blanket that you draped across the sleigh and lock the front door as the shadows start to grow. The stiff blue linen catches on my thumb, a woven square from 1965. I press the iron down and watch it hum, and wonder how a remnant stays alive. You wore that collar when we lost the key, and sat upon the steps until the dawn. The fabric holds the shape you made of me before the heavy silence carried on. I fold the threads against my chest to test if time remembers where your shoulder pressed. The seams are thinning, but the fibers stay to take the heat you left so far away. A drop of water spatters on the plate. The rising steam creates a phantom hand. We used to argue over what to wait upon this very patch of kitchen land. The steam dissolves into the quiet room. Your favorite button rattles in the tray. I sweep the sunbeams as they cross the gloom, and put the folded ironing away. I press the palm against the cotton grain to check if warmth can conquer winter rain. The threads remember how your fingers curled before you packed and walked out from our world. Some days the cloth is just a piece of blue that needs a heavy hand to keep it straight. And other afternoons it speaks of you and makes me wish I learned how not to wait. The iron cools upon the wooden board. The creases stay exact just as you scored. dial down to face the night and leave the folded linen in the light. The sharp tin whistle of the evening train reminds me how we used to count the lane. You pulled your wool collar against the chill while I stood waiting by the windowsill. Years have folded down like heavy coats. We traded secrets for handwritten notes. Old friend, you kept the half of every pain. We walked together through the autumn rain. Now silence sits between the telephone line, and time took back what never was quite mine. The corner bakery turned off the light, just like we did when parting for the night. Your favorite sweater hangs upon my chair, a woven shadow of the past still there. Seasons turn without a single word heard. We let the distance blur our favorite bird. Old friend, you kept the half of every pain. We walked together through the autumn rain. Now silence sits between the telephone line, and time took back what never was quite mine. Sometimes I wonder if you still recall faded photographs upon the wall. We were so certain life would wait right here. Instead it drifted gently through the year. I hope the fire keeps you warm tonight. Far down the road beyond the amber light, I fold this letter and I lock the door, remembering the way we walked before. The smell of damp wool lingers in the hall from an old coat she forgot to fold. He walked away when summer took the leaves and left her sitting with the autumn cold. She watches cars turn at the corner bend, expecting wheels that never stop again. Two empty cups are sitting on the tray. She pours the tea and throws the half away. He caught the train before the whistle blew and left her learning how to live anew. The parlor clock still ticks against the wall, while shadows stretch across the wooden floor. She sweeps the porch where autumn leaves collect and keeps the latch unbolted on the door. She folds his shirts and puts them out of sight, then turns the lamp down low against the night. Two empty cups are sitting on the tray. She pours the tea and throws the half away. He caught the train before the whistle blew and left her learning how to live anew. Years pass like pages turning in a book, without a word, without a backward look. She holds the memories safely in her chest and lets the quiet hours bring her rest. The woolen coat still hangs beside the door, though he will never walk across this floor. She turns the key and puts out every light and whispers softly to the silent night. A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room about the way you wore your wool coat long. The autumn air has lost its early bloom, and on the radio they play our song. I touch the place you sat beside the fire, where time dissolves into a slow desire. An empty chair remains beneath the light. We walked apart upon a freezing night. The porcelain cup is cold against my palm, while memories break. The fading evening calm. The street lamps flicker on the corner sign, shadows stretch across the vacant street. I pour a glass of amber muscat wine and listen for the rhythm of your feet. The heavy curtain shuts the wind away and hides the ghosts of what we couldn't say. An empty chair remains beneath the light. We walked apart upon a freezing night. The porcelain cup is cold against my palm while memories break. The fading evening calm. I turn the lock and draw the iron bolt, forgiving every ancient word and fault. The house grows tall around my tired frame, and still the shadows softly breathe your name. The clock ticks down the hours till the dawn, the final light of our December gone. I leave the porch light burning in the dark to find the place where we left off our mark. Where did the blue teapot go? Sitting by the windowsill alone. Dust is gathering on the shelf. I talk to the empty room myself. Leaves are falling down the street. Nothing left for me to meet. Time slips through my trembling hand like a child running on the sand. I remember how your coat smelled of rain, standing by the station in the freezing lane. You turned away without a word to say, and the morning took the light right away. Letters tied with faded string, sitting in the drawer where nobody can sing. Tea grows cold before I take a sip. Words are dying softly on my lip. Time slips through my trembling hand like a child running on the sand. I remember how your coat smelled of rain, standing by the station in the freezing lane. You turned sun is sinking in the west. Now my tired heart can rest. The weight of the chair stays steady tonight beneath the old table where dust settles deep. I fold up my hands in the dim yellow light and think of the promises kept in my sleep. You wore a blue ribbon tied into your hair, convinced that the world was just waiting for you. I wish I could warn you about the despair, or tell you which doors you should never walk through. Youth is a glass that you spill on the floor, believing the drops will turn back into wine. I packed up your bags by the parlor door and traded your frantic heart for mine. You cried when the postman walked right past your gate and swore that true sorrow was measured in days. I smile at your letters, so eager and late, lost in a maze of your own making ways. The mirror is kind to the lines on my face. It shows me the quiet you fought so to find. We ran through the garden at such a fast pace, leaving the best of our summers behind. Youth is a glass that you spill on the floor, believing the drops will turn back into wine. I packed up your bags by the parlor door and traded your frantic heart for mine. Forgive me for breaking the vows you held dear, for trading your velvet for everyday wool. It takes half a lifetime to conquer the fear and learn how to keep a small kitchen full. Sit down by the window and rest for a spell. The tea is still warm and the evening is sweet. We survived every storm that we knew all too well, and finally found peace on this quiet old street. where strangers sit and wonder if they should. You fold your coat and place it on the chair, and I pretend I do not see you there. The stations blur beyond the dusty pane. We trace the shadows of the falling rain. Tell me whose face you are trying to forget. We both carry baggage we have not unpacked yet. Keep your eyes fixed on the darkening track. Neither of us is looking back. You ask the time and hand me back my book. There is a quiet kindness in your look. My silver rings are heavy on my hand. Two quiet drifters in a foreign land. The engine hums a low and steady song. We have been traveling this way too long. Tell me whose face you are trying to forget. We both carry baggage we have not unpacked yet. Keep your eyes fixed on the darkening track. Neither of us is looking back. At the terminal we will each go our separate way, with nothing left of what we meant to say. A brief collision in the fading light. Two fading ghosts inside the velvet night. The doors slide open and you step away. I watch you vanish in the autumn gray. The train moves onward through the empty town, and I put my heavy suitcase down. You said yesterday the rain would clear by noon, and left your silver pocket watch beside the spoon. The blue curtains fluttered twice against the glass, while we watched the neighborhood cars slowly pass. Little things accumulate when someone goes away, like the folded jacket waiting in the hall all day. Your old boots are sitting by the kitchen door. Dust has settled softly on the wooden floor. I still pour 2 cups of tea at 3:30, though the quiet room has nothing left to say to me. A button from your winter coat rolled down the drain. The milkman didn't leave a note in all this rain. date you circled twice, and the kitchen windows covered in a layer of ice. Little things accumulate when someone goes away, like the folded jacket waiting in the hall all day. Your old boots are sitting by the kitchen door. Dust has settled softly on the wooden floor. I still pour 2 cups of tea at 3:30, though the quiet room has nothing left to say to me. I turn the radio down low to hear the station hum, and wonder if the autumn days are going to numb. Every corner holds a habit that we used to share, invisible footprints on the carpet there. Your old boots are sitting by the kitchen door. Dust has settled softly on the wooden floor. I still pour 2 cups of tea at 3:30, though the quiet room has nothing left to say to me. The sugar bowl is empty on the topmost shelf. I have to learn to drink the bitter tea myself. The evening shadows stretch across the hallway floor, and yesterday's brief promise doesn't live here anymore. The rough navy wool of your heavy winter coat catches my sleeve as I reach up too high. Dust motes are dancing in bars of amber light, where the old parlor clock ticks away the afternoon. I never meant to keep this button in my palm, the one that came loose when we hurried through the rain. Years slide away like silk dropped to the floor when I trace the frayed edges of that old linen sheet. You laughed at the teapot that cracked down the spout, and time turned the corner before we could speak. 2 cups of chicory sitting on the ledge. One wears a crescent of lipstick I left. The radio murmurs a tune from 1950, filling the kitchen with ghosts of our youth. I still save the yellowed receipts in the drawer from markets we walked through with baskets of bread. Years slide away like silk dropped to the floor when I trace the frayed edges of that old linen sheet. You laughed at the teapot we could speak. I pressed down the keys on the upright piano. He ivory is yellow and chipped at the top. Your voice used to join every melody I played. Now the silence is heavy in this quiet room. I fold up the cardigan left on the chair and whisper your name to the gathering dust. The sun slips away down the edge of the street, leaving me resting alone in the dark. Past 3 on the brass-rimmed clock. I fold the letters you forgot. The tea has cooled inside its pot. I trace the pattern on the rug. Years will slip like winter thread when I sleep in this empty bed and wonder what you might have said if we had stayed. I see you walking down the lane through falling autumn silver rain, without a coat to keep you dry, beneath that distant gray blue sky. And though you left so long ago, I watch you pass the garden row. The floorboards creak just like before. Dust motes drift across the floor. I lock the latch upon the door and sit beside the silent phone. Time will turn the pages slow, with nowhere left for me to go except to wait for winds that blow from yesterday. I see you walking down the lane through falling autumn silver rain, without a coat to keep you dry, beneath that distant gray blue sky. And though you left so long ago, I watch you pass the garden row. Someday when my eyes grow dim, I will sing this quiet hymn and picture how we used to stand before you slipped from my right hand. I see you walking down the lane through falling autumn silver rain, without a coat to keep you dry, beneath that blue sky. And though you left so long ago, I watch you pass the garden road. The clock strikes 3:30 at last. I hold the shadows of our past and close my eyes to let you in, where time and ending never begin. A tiny bone button sits upon the cedar desk, left behind when you cleared your jacket out. I run my thumb along the smooth and rounded edge and wonder what you did with all your doubt. The afternoon grows heavy as the shadows climb. I kept the heavy coats behind the heavy door. Love was a quiet room where we learned to stay until the final suitcase blocked the hallway floor. I folded your cardigans and put them out of sight and traced the empty space beside me in the night. The kitchen kettle whistles to an empty wall. I poured 2 cups because I didn't think. The calendar is stuck on Tuesday of last week, with too much time left for a heart to sink. The afternoon grows heavy as the shadows climb. I kept the heavy coats behind the heavy door. Love was a quiet room where we learned to stay until the final suitcase blocked the hallway floor. I folded your cardigans and put them out of sight and traced the empty space beside me in the night. It takes a lot of courage just to let things go, to pack away the pictures that we used to know. I thought we had forever in the parlor light. Instead I turned the deadbolts all alone tonight. Love was a quiet room where we learned to stay until the final suitcase blocked the hallway floor. I folded your cardigans and put them out of sight and traced the empty space beside me in the night. The button stays right there upon the cedar wood. I couldn't throw it out the way I really should. The sun goes down on roofs that used to know your name, and I am left to put out every single flame. The woven cotton drags across the board, a heavy iron sliding slowly down. I kept the letters tied with cotton cord before you packed the suitcase and the brown. Needles click inside the basket by the door. Memories fall gently on the painted floor. I fold the sleeves that used to hold you tight and watch the dust motes spinning in the light. The empty hallway echoes with your name, while nothing in this quiet house is quite the same. A woven pattern fading on the chair, where evening shadows settle in the grain. I reach across to touch the empty air and listen to the rhythm of the rain. Needles click inside the basket by the door. Memories fall gently on the painted floor. I fold the sleeves that used to hold you tight and watch the dust motes spinning in the light. The empty hallway echoes with your name, while nothing in this quiet house is quite the same. Time moves slowly when the tea goes cold. Stories that we never got to tell. We were simply watching summers grow so old inside the ringing of the chapel bell. I fold the sleeves that used to hold you tight and watch the dust motes spinning in the light. The empty hallway echoes with your name, while nothing in this quiet house is quite the same. I turn the heavy iron on the stand and put the cotton neatly in the drawer. With just a wedding band upon my hand, I lock the wooden latch and walk the floor. The smell of cedarwood and burnt briar pipe floats down the hallway where the floorboards creak. He left his heavy boots beside the pantry door and never spoke another word all week. She watched him pack a leather grip with silver clasps and put on his wool hat against the autumn chill. He walked past the garden gate and down the stony hill, leaving a cold cup of tea upon the windowsill. She kept the parlor curtain drawn until the light grew dim, knowing the road that took him out would not bring back her kin. The neighbors whispered softly by the market square about the suitcase and the sudden break of day. They said a proper gentleman would pay his debts instead of turning down the northern highway. She hung his favorite cardigan across the kitchen chair and tried to sweep the ash away from fireplace floor. He walked past the garden gate and down the stony hill, leaving a cold cup of tea upon the windowsill. She kept the parlor curtain drawn until the light grew dim, knowing the road that took him out would not bring back her kin. Seasons turn from copper leaves to frozen window panes. She learns to tend the winter fire by herself alone. No letter arrives from the city across the gray expanse, just silence echoing within this empty stone. She blows the candle out and locks the wooden front door tight, content to let the fading embers warm her through the night. A sudden memory splits the quiet room, like sunlight striking dust upon the floor. I touch the walnut handle of the broom and wonder why I don't look out the door. The tea is cooling in the ceramic cup. I still set two places when I set it up. You packed your leather boots in brown cardboard and drove away before the whistle blew. I kept the heavy coat you left unstored and learned to sleep alone the whole night. letters to last July. Your fountain pen sits capped beside the tray. I watch the heavy storm clouds fill the sky, and watch the fading taillights drive away. The porch boards creak when autumn winds arise. I look for you where shadow meets the skies. You packed your leather boots in brown cardboard and drove away before the whistle blew. I kept the heavy coat you left unstored and learned to sleep alone the whole night through. They paved the gravel road 3 summers past. They cut the ancient willow by the wall. Nothing in this quiet town could ever last except the memory of your step in the hall. You packed your leather boots in brown cardboard and drove away before the whistle blew. I kept the heavy coat you left unstored and learned to sleep alone the whole night through. I turn the lock and draw the linen shade. Another evening slowly settles down. I keep the promises that we both made and watch the twilight fall upon